Terry team, Phil Shane and Ray Hudson, to discuss this move. Certainly they have some thoughts. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Nice to have you along. Raymond, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Okay, let's start with your initial reaction. Phil, what did you think when you heard the news that Neymar was indeed heading to Paris?
In my mind, I sensed that something like this was going to happen, but I was imagining 2-3 years down the line. Yeah. If he stayed in the shadow of Lionel Messi, in my mind, the way he handled himself, comported himself at Barcelona was fantastic. And we saw some of that maturity with Brazil and last year with Barcelona, especially following the addition of Luis Suarez. And many could say he was the third wheel on Barcelona. Right now, it's like he's going to be riding a unicycle at PSG, though. Raymond,
given where he's at in his career, is it the right time for Neymar to make this move?
It's all just going to have to play out before our eyes here on beIN Sports. Big plug.
Nice.
French League and Barcelona, of course. But this is something that Barcelona didn't want to happen. Make no mistake about it. They offered him a new contract, extension to the contract. He signed it. Messi signed his. Suarez signed his. So the three Caballeros were all in it together. Something changed. Now, we can go through it about the money. Of course, it's a big, huge outlay. PSG has got the collateral to do it. But for me, it's enormous pressure now being piled onto Neymar. If he thinks he wanted to do it out of Messi's shadow, he's got it. And he's got it with a very, very good French club. But for me, ever since his arrival, he's been the heir apparent, and he has shown that one day, perhaps, he'll be able to assume the mantle of Lionel Messi. But as long as Messi is involved, he's not as good as Messi, and he won't ever be as good as Messi, even when he moves to PSG. Unless they win the Champions League, and unless they win the World Cup in Russia. Then I'll eat my words. I don't think it's going to happen.
Mark this tape.
Phil, you heard Ray mention it, and Jamie Easton talked about it too. What does Neymar leaving La Liga mean for La Liga?
Well, from a La Liga perspective, you still end up having two very marketable people in Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, but arguably Neymar is more marketable than Messi himself. I think that's one of the reasons PSG was willing to do this. There's going to be a lot more blue jerseys around.
Is that where the game's going, Phil? Is that where the game's going? Excuse me for interrupting, but is that where the game's going now? It's about
already
the marketing.
There. It's been there for decades.
So then now, all of the marketing and the PR and the image and everything, that comes before the actual winning of trophies. If that's the case, we are going down a sad, sad street.
Well, I wouldn't say it's in front of. I would say it's hand in hand.
Why did he leave then?
In my mind, he thought this was a chance for him to get out of Messi's shadow. We saw last year him step forward in Brazil and take a leadership role, something that was absent during the Olympics era. I think he thinks he's ready to have this team on his own. Forget about insulting Cavani or Di Maria or anyone that's there. PSG is now Neymar's team.
Just some inside information here. I got 3 texts very early on Friday night, Saturday morning, from somebody that I cannot tell you who. But this person categorically said it's 100% done. The deal is done. He's gone. And this person told me that his father, Neymar's father, was very, very reluctant to see this actually happen.
Really?
So that's what I got told. How much of it is vindicated, we don't know. But the actual first line of him being gone was true categorically before it broke today.
And Jeremy, the one thing I would say is PSG, this does not put them at that upper echelon yet.
That was my next question. You don't think so?
In my mind, they still need, and they say they had, there are reports that they have money set aside. Once Neymar is there, it's a lot more attractive to make the move to PSG. Maybe another 30-40 million to try and get Alexis Sanchez to join them.
And what about Barcelona? Where does that
in my mind, there is the opportunity. They have $260 million burning a hole in their pocket. If they can maybe cut some of that back by getting Verratti instead. Remember, PSG has Rabiot waiting in the wings.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
They have Coutinho, who Liverpool have said 150.
Oh, wow.
That's pocket change now for Barcelona. You can even throw a Dybala in. Arguably, Barcelona could be a better team.
I'll just say this word to Phil. Figo. Luis Figo went for a king's ransom from Barcelona to Real Madrid. Real Madrid took the player, paid the money. What did Barcelona do with it? Squandered it. And the way Barcelona have been squandering their money on new arrivals at this club, I hope Valverde has a say in who comes into Barcelona.
Let's put the other one. Zidane makes the move to Real Madrid. Juventus becomes a dynasty for more than a decade.
It's going to be really intriguing every which way for Barcelona fans. Real Madrid looking young, well stocked.
Yep.
They're stars in the ascendancy. Barcelona, they are an aging club. The money is
but
there.
Doesn't that give them the flexibility?
Flexibility. Look what these season signings did for them this year. They cost Barcelona the league, Phil. I'm not sure that this board has the actual acumen to get the right players in. And plus the fact they're going to be paying through the